Have you ever wondered how fresh cow's milk is transformed into that creamy, sweet and thick can we all know as condensed milk? This product, so common in desserts, coffees and homemade recipes, hides a fascinating process that combines tradition, science and modern technology. From milking on farms to quality control, adding sugar and final packaging, every step is carefully designed to ensure safety, flavor and durability. Condensed milk originated in the 19th century as a response to a fundamental problem. Fresh milk spoiled very quickly. At that time, refrigeration systems and cold transport were non-existent, making it nearly impossible to preserve this food for more than a few hours. It was in 1856 that Gale Borden, an American inventor, developed a method to evaporate some of the water from milk and add large amounts of sugar. The sugar acted as a preservative, drastically extending the product's shelf life. What seemed like a simple technical innovation had a huge impact on modern nutrition. Condensed milk became a strategic resource during the American Civil War. Soldiers could carry cans of this light, nutritious and long-lasting food to the battlefield. It not only provided immediate energy thanks to the sugar, but also essential proteins and fats. Over time, it evolved from a military product to an everyday household ingredient. To produce condensed milk, you need, of course, cow's milk. In the United States, more than 60,000 farms are dedicated to this activity, with around 9 million producing cows. Milking is the first stage of the process. For centuries, it was done by hand, using techniques that allowed a farmer to care for a few cows per hour. However, with industrialization and the development of new machines, everything changed. Modern milking machines use cups that attach to the cow's teats and simulate the sucking motion of a calf. With this method, a single system can milk dozens of cows in just a few minutes, multiplying productivity. Cows are also creatures of habit. They like to follow daily routines, so milking is generally done twice a day at regular times. Large-scale farms have milking carousels, rotating platforms, where up to 80 cows can enter at the same time to be milked in an orderly and efficient manner. Animal welfare is a key aspect. A well-cared-for cow, fed a balanced diet and with constant access to clean water, can produce up to 38 liters of milk per day. In comparison, 50 years ago that figure was 3 times lower, demonstrating how advances in nutrition and technology have boosted productivity. A cow begins to produce milk after its first birth, around 2 years of age. After birth, the calf is usually separated from its mother within an hour to protect the health of both. The calf is fed with milk bottles while the cow begins her productive cycle. The productive cycle lasts around 305 days, followed by a rest period of about 60 days before giving birth again and restarting the process. Milk, in chemical terms, is composed of 87% water. The remainder is proteins, fats, sugars, vitamins and minerals. These nutrients come from the feed the cow ingests, which, after being digested, passes into the bloodstream and is then transformed into milk in the mammary glands. Freshly milked, milk has a temperature of around 32 degrees Celsius. It is immediately cooled in special tanks to between 2 and 3 degrees Celsius to prevent the growth of bacteria. Large capacity tankers, up to 20,000 liters, then transport it to processing plants. When the fresh milk arrives from the farms to the processing plant, a crucial stage in the production of condensed milk begins. These factories, like Nestlé's in California, never stop. They operate 24/7, constantly receiving tanker trucks loaded with milk, milked just hours earlier. This rapid transport is essential to preserving the product's freshness and ensuring that the original nutrients reach the next stage intact. Each batch of milk unloaded must undergo strict controls before being accepted. In specialized laboratories, technicians analyze samples for several key indicators. Fat content is determined, the amount of salt present is measured, and very importantly, they verify that there are no traces of antibiotics. This last point is crucial because, in addition to antibiotics interfering with the fermentation process in other dairy products, they pose a health risk to people allergic or sensitive to these compounds. Only if the milk meets all safety and quality standards is it authorized to enter the production system. Once the raw material is approved, it is pumped into enormous storage silos. These metal structures, built from stainless steel to maintain safety, rise like authentic industrial towers visible from a distance. Together, they can hold millions of liters of milk, creating a reserve that allows production to remain stable even with supply fluctuations. The scale is such that the stored milk can produce tens of millions of cans of condensed milk, ready for distribution to different markets. In this way, the arrival of the milk at the plant is not simply a logistical step. It is the point where science, technology, and rigorous control ensure that everything that happens afterward results in a safe, nutritious, and top-quality product. Once the milk has been stored in the enormous silos, it is time to adjust its composition. Cow's milk naturally contains different levels of fat, protein, water, and sugars, but for the production of condensed milk, the fat ratio must be precisely regulated. This adjustment ensures the final product has the right texture and flavor, as well as a longer shelf life. The process begins with the separation of the cream using powerful industrial centrifuges. These machines, which represent one of the most important technological advances in the dairy industry, rotate at speeds close to 7,000 revolutions per minute. The centrifugal force generated is so intense that it causes the heavier components of the milk, such as the skimmed milk, to move toward the outer walls, while the lighter fraction, the high-fat cream, concentrates in the center. Thus, in just seconds, the milk is divided into two parts: a cream with approximately 20% fat and a skimmed milk with less than 10%, which is the ideal base for making condensed milk. Once the milk has the appropriate fat content, an essential step in food safety begins: pasteurization. The objective is to eliminate harmful microorganisms without significantly altering the nutritional properties or natural flavor of the product. The process involves pre-cooling the milk to 3 degrees Celsius and then rapidly heating it to 72 degrees Celsius, a temperature that is maintained for exactly 15 seconds. The milk is then cooled again to 3 degrees Celsius to ensure its stability. Although it lasts less than a minute, this heat treatment represents one of the greatest revolutions in the history of food. It was developed in 1862 by French scientist Louis Pasteur, who was searching for a method to prevent wine and beer from spoiling. Later, the technique was also applied to milk, becoming a global standard that drastically reduced foodborne illnesses and is now essential for producing safe, high-quality dairy products. After pasteurization, the milk is free of most harmful bacteria and ready to be transformed into the final product. The next step is to add the ingredient that will define its identity: sugar. This is not a small amount, but a considerable proportion that serves a dual purpose. On the one hand, it provides the characteristic sweetness that makes condensed milk an essential ingredient in so many desserts and beverages. On the other hand, it acts as a natural preservative that helps extend its shelf life, as sugar reduces the availability of water for microorganisms, hindering their growth. The sugar is added in granulated form, and the mixture is heated to ensure that the crystals completely dissolve in the liquid. This controlled heating also prevents subsequent crystallization, which could alter the product's creamy, uniform texture. Quality condensed milk should be smooth, without lumps or solid particles perceptible to the palate. Once the mixture is combined, the concentration stage begins using an industrial evaporator. These gigantic pieces of equipment are specifically designed to reduce the milk's water content by approximately 60%. The heart of the system are towers called calandrias. Inside them, the milk flows through a series of stainless steel tubes surrounded by chambers of hot steam. The process is simple yet highly efficient. As the milk descends through the tubes, the heat generated by the steam causes the water to gradually evaporate, leaving essential nutrients such as proteins, fats, and sugars unharmed. The result is a much thicker and more concentrated liquid, with an intensified flavor and a dense texture that distinguishes it from ordinary milk. To perfect the consistency, the mixture undergoes an additional process: homogenization. Here, the fat is broken down into tiny uniform particles, which are evenly distributed throughout the mass. This step ensures that the condensed milk does not separate over time, thus maintaining a stable, creamy, and homogeneous texture until it reaches the final consumer. Once the condensed milk has achieved its characteristic dense and creamy texture, it is time to protect all that work in a safe and resistant container. This phase is crucial because a flawless process would be useless if the product were exposed to external contamination. The first step is to prepare the containers in which the condensed milk will be packaged. Depending on the market, metal cans, glass jars, or modern laminated plastic containers may be used. All of them undergo a prior sterilization process that eliminates any microorganisms present on the surfaces. This step ensures that contact between the container and the food does not compromise the product's safety. Once the containers are ready, the condensed milk flows into automatic dosing machines that operate with great precision. Each container receives the exact same amount, ensuring uniformity in net weight and avoiding waste. Automation at this stage not only speeds up production, but also reduces human intervention, minimizing the risk of error or contamination. Once filled, the containers are hermetically sealed. In the case of cans, metal pressure caps are used to prevent any air or external agents from seeping in. For jars and plastic containers, lids or vacuum caps are applied, which serve the same protective function. The final step is to subject the containers to additional heat treatment in industrial autoclaves. These large cylinders apply high-pressure steam for a controlled period of time, ensuring the destruction of any microorganisms that may have survived the previous process. This treatment is vital to ensuring that the product remains in perfect condition for months or even years without the need for refrigeration. Thanks to this combination of technology, sanitary controls, and mechanical precision, each can or jar of condensed milk reaches the consumer's hands ready to be enjoyed, maintaining its flavor, safety, and durability. This concludes the process that transforms freshly milked milk into a durable and versatile product. From fat separation and pasteurization to the addition of sugar, concentration in evaporators, and hermetic packaging, each stage combines technological precision and sanitary controls. The result is condensed milk, a food with a long shelf life, a creamy texture, and an unmistakable flavor, which has evolved from a 19th century invention to preserve nutrients to become an essential ingredient in gastronomy around the world.